Hey, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the elect, the 1/3, the 144,000. Death to 2/3 and all the wicked. I've pulled up Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, Ben Sirach, Bon Sirach, chapter 10. Okay, and I want to start at verse 7. It says, "Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity." Um, Actually, we got to start up. Let's start at 5. "In the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribes shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." Um, Salakia. So, I know it's always a topic, something that I speak about, but, your moral compass, it's always in question. It doesn't matter what's going on. Your moral compass is always in question. The things that are playing on around us are to test that. And we're constantly given reminders and sights and signs um, to be notified against such behaviors. Okay? So there is a reward with being dutiful and diligent. That's one thing that should never be forgotten. Okay. So bearing hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, it's like, dude, it's telling you gotta let some shit go. It's funny because there's a lot of guys who have come into this knowledge who just carry an utter hatred, never looking for a conclusion or the closure to the matter, but rather leave it open and festering like a wound, to get infected, and that a lot of that is pride. A lot of that is pride. Okay, which is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both does one commit iniquity. So you're committing iniquity not only against the Most High, but also man. You're trespassing. You're against a person, but that's against the law. The Most High is very forgiving. That's why He has mercy, and that's why judges would bestow mercy when you get into the weightier matters of the law, the judgment, the mercy, and the faith. Right? Though the law says one thing, if it's not something that's terrible unto death, it can be forgiven, because sometimes it could be a misunderstanding. You know, the person isn't aware of their character actions. You know, something of that effect. That's why you're supposed to just go and talk to your neighbor himself. And get the straight skinny. But sometimes Jake won't tell you the truth the first time. You gotta ask him again, and then maybe the story changes or something. But you give time, place, and occasion for everything, man. You know. So this was one of the focuses right here, verse 8. "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's really talking about the wicked, Edom, and us losing our kingdom. It's talking about the wicked who will have to give the kingdom away. It's talking about even Israel losing our kingdom and being given to another. Okay. Mainly, it's the wicked though. They're going to lose it for their unrighteous dealings, because they say that they are as the Most High. They take the book, but they cast the words behind them. You see, riches gotten by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. Now, in another sense, with the nation of Israel, when we had it set up, when we had our practices able to be observed, okay, so when we had our practices able to be observed, um, the people in power, the priests, the high chief priests, they were in power, man. They were corruptible. They were doing unrighteous dealings. We read about those examples, overlooking things that ought not to be overlooked, and overlooking them with no, what I'm saying, no reason to or nothing to correct. Like, they're not even trying to correct behavior. That's the thing. A lot of these guys, as it was then, it is now. Not looking to correct behavior, but to overlook it and sweep it under the rug, and allow for their body, their men, their so-called brothers to become worse people, to develop worse habits, spiritually and carnally, physically, man. Within the world that they live and coexisting with everyone else on the planet, and within the world of their own community. And that's why the Heavenly Father said they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Okay? He's going to kill a lot of people, man. And you got some that take it as a light thing, like, it's all good, I'm going to come back no matter what, even if I am a two-third. Yeah, that's true. But it's not like you're going to, that's one thing, that's one reason why, because that pride and that attitude, that's separating you from the Heavenly Father, man. That pride and that attitude, that's what's really going to remove you, man. So that when you do come back, you're not going to be in the first round pick. You're not the first pick. You're the third or fourth string, man. You're not coming back until the third to fourth generation. Shit's already going to be established, man. You're coming back. A generation is every 25 years, right? So you're coming back 75 to 100 years in the kingdom. Man, you miss out on that first go round. It's going to be evident who the hell you are. You're not going to be having that pride on you like you have now, where you say, if I'm a two-third, it don't matter anyway, I just come back. Like the Most High's judgment is nothing. Like his wrath is no big deal. Like the reward and the crown is no big deal. That's what they're saying, man. And a lot of guys aren't correcting those types of behaviors and mindset. With constant reminders of death, Most High is building up a lot of people with the thought that death will never touch them, man. This goes right into verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud, man? Why is earth and ashes proud? You come from the dust, man. You're gonna return back to the dust, your body. What the hell are you trying to immortalize the flesh? Trying to big up your flesh, man. What good or profit is it? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth he cast away his bowels. Man, nothing more wicked than a covetous man. And that's why a lot of guys don't change behavior, man. They're they're covetous. That's a part of behavior that is that can't be changed for a lot of people. They're coveting, you know, coveting gifts of others, which is like, look, you got your own gifts. Covet to prophesy for one, but then you got guys that'll come into this truth and they want to be, you know, the main speaker or something, or they want to be, you know, seen or observed within the community as this type of person or that type of person, and then they believe the hype. You know, they're really only filling their own bellies. You know, you see it in guys like Saw Netter, right? Now I believe he's got a microphone walking around. You know, what next? He's gonna hire his own camera person. He probably does for events, so he can be in front of the camera, you know, with the mic. But it's weird, man. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, and that, you know, when you get into the wicked, he covets a house and a man's house and field and his it's the heritage of oppressors, man. But this goes for Jake too. You know, a lot of these groups, it seems like, came up and sprouted up because they coveted wanting to be the elders and the teachers. But you can see that they don't have the longevity, they don't have the fortitude to continue to go out and do the lessons and break down the mysteries of the scriptures, man. That's one thing I notice about all these guys is they just do controversies. Everyone's playing with milk. No one's going into the meat, the breakdowns of things, man. They're not pushing the real education of these scriptures, man. They're just pushing, you know, the lifestyle. You know, buy our merch, buy our fringes. That's a covetous mindset, man. They're really not looking for the growth of the nation, man. How can you not see that? For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, see? So he's working hard, putting all this hours in, staying up late, but you're talking about nothing, man. You're looking at nothing. You're not invested in the prophecies, man. You're not teaching the mysteries of America, and you're not combating that stuff, man. You're combating shit like vocab. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna get it. Like, you should know that. If you got a big seat in a platform, yeah, you know, you take on the little fight for a little bit, you know, with vocab or whatever, but you don't make that your main base of operations. You don't make that your main fight, man. You know. But that's what separates the real elders from these guys that want to be as the elders, man. That's that covetousness. Or they've sold themselves out, man. Okay, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. So, anyway, with that, I'm at my destination. I'm going to wrap it up. Until next time, shalom.